What did you find out about your spouse only after you got married? That he is terrified of birds, not mildly uncomfortable. Genuinely, full body, won't leave the car, terrified of birds. We dated for 3 years. 3 years of our beach trips, farmers markets, outdoor concerts. Not once did this come up. We went to an outdoor wedding where the couple did a dove release and one of those birds flapped directly past his face. He didn't even flinch. He laughed. He handed me a glass of champagne. I had absolutely no idea. Then we got married and bought our first house together. And within the first week, I started noticing things. He would check the backyard before opening the back door. Not a quick glance, a full scan, methodical, like he was clearing a room. I asked him what he was doing. He said he was just looking at the yard. I believed him because why would I not believe that? Then I found the chart. It was tucked inside a kitchen drawer behind the takeout menus, laminated, color-coded. A hand-drawn guide to every bird species common to our area, organized by what he called threat level. Pigeons were yellow, geese were red. There was a whole separate section for mockingbirds with a note that just said do not engage. I stood in that kitchen for a long time just holding that chart. When I showed it to him, he didn't apologize. He didn't laugh it off. He sat down, took a breath, and explained it to me like he was presenting a business case. He said birds are unpredictable. He said they have no regard for personal space. He said the problem with birds is that you never know what they're going to do next, and that is not a quality he respects in a living creature. I asked him how long he'd felt this way. He said always. I asked him why he never mentioned it in 3 years of dating. He said it never came up. And the thing is, he was right. It never came up because we never lived together. Because when you're dating someone, you see them in controlled environments. Restaurants, movies, vacations. You don't see them check the backyard like a Navy SEAL before letting the dog out. We didn't have a dog yet, but the point stands. So I started paying closer attention. And once I knew, I saw it everywhere. He had a route he took to the car that avoided the oak tree on the left side of the driveway. I thought he just preferred that side. He did not just prefer that side. There was a family of sparrows in that oak tree, and he had quietly rerouted his entire morning to stay out of their line of sight. He would not eat outside at restaurants if there were birds nearby. He framed it as not liking the ambiance. That was not about ambiance. He checked the weather app every morning, but he wasn't checking for rain. He was checking the wind speed. High wind, he explained, makes them unpredictable. Everything was about unpredictability. I married a man who had built an entire private system for navigating a world full of birds and had simply never thought to mention it. Then came the morning that changed everything. We'd been in the house about 3 weeks. I was still half asleep. He was already up, standing at the kitchen window with a cup of coffee, and a pigeon landed on the windowsill. Just sat there, doing nothing, just being a pigeon. He screamed, not a startled sound, not a little yelp. A full, genuine, from-the-gut scream. Coffee went everywhere. He stepped back so fast he hit the counter, and the pigeon didn't even move. It just sat there, looking at him, completely unbothered. He looked at it. It looked at him. 30 seconds of silence. And then he turned to me, very slowly, and whispered, "Don't make any sudden movements." I was across the room holding a piece of toast. I was not a threat to the situation in any way. The pigeon eventually got bored and left on its own. He didn't open that window again for 6 months. He started checking that specific windowsill before coming into the kitchen each morning. Coffee maker, windowsill check, proceed. I thought maybe over time it would ease up. I really did. Then one morning, about 8 months in, I came downstairs early and found him crouched at the back door with a small pile of birdseed in his hand, carefully placing it on the back step. Not scattering it, placing it deliberately, like an offering. He hadn't noticed me. I watched him for a second. Then I asked what he was doing. He stood up slowly. He turned around. He straightened his shirt. He looked me dead in the eye and said, completely calm, "Know your enemy." Then he walked past me to refill his coffee like that was a totally normal thing to say before 7 in the morning. I have been married to this man for 2 years now. The birdseed is a regular thing. He has a specific brand. He tracks which birds come to the step and which don't. He has opinions about which species are making progress. Last week he told me the sparrows are starting to trust him. I don't know what his endgame is, but the geese are still red on the chart. Some things are not open to negotiation.